A logical dreamer. Ain't that a contradiction? I'm TrebleKnight, and I'm on a mission to make fun of all 16 personality types. And if that sounds good to you, subscribe and join the club. This type was suggested by Psychase, or however that's said. They said it would get me a lot of views. So I have high expectations. Don't disappoint. Number 1, they are master debaters. ENTPs love a good debate, and I mean they really love it. See, they get bored pretty easily. There's a reason they've never gotten 10 minutes through a movie before. Even with the Swiss Army knife of time-wasting distraction we call a phone, they still get bored. And debate is a really great way of keeping yourself entertained. And the thing about ENTPs, they're really good at it. ENTPs can look at things from multiple angles, so they can debate on any side of an issue. They love to play devil's advocate and have no problem arguing for something they outright oppose. They'd argue with a complete straight face that YouTuber moving to public dislikes was a good move. You could say the sky was blue, and they'd say, well, at night it's black, and it's night somewhere, and look, there's a cloud that's white. To which I would respond, you just hate the sky. Number 2, they hate limits. Have you ever heard the saying, the sky is the limit? Well, ENTPs hate the limit, and the sky. The idea of being put in some kind of box, or being stuck somewhere, is terrifying to them. I'm telling you, cardboard is scary. An ENTP would never use the fast checkout lane, even if they only had one item, because they don't want limits on their purchases. And don't even get an ENTP started on speed limits. They specifically get cars that don't show up on radar. There's something very inspirational about the ENTP's all-you-can-think buffet style thinking. You know how Han Solo said, never tell me the odds? Well, he wasn't an ENTP. An ENTP would want to know the odds so they can gloat later. Number 3, there's a method to their madness. Having a conversation with an ENTP is a bit like running a marathon while carrying a Snorlax. You start off with a convo ranting about how TLC stands for This Literally Cancer, then comparing the quality of gummy bear brands. It might seem like the mind of an ENTP is absolute chaos, but there's a strange logic to it. It doesn't make sense at first, but it kind of does in a weird way. Like Whooper using Ice Punch. Number 4, ENTPs aren't detail people. They're big picture people. ENTPs are like satellites. They're high on themselves and they can see everything. It's really impressive how quickly an ENTP can analyze things and come up with theories. Problem is, like most intuitives, they don't care much about specifics. They don't sweat the small stuff. An ENTP can plan a month-long road trip, book all the hotels, have a full backup plan if the car breaks down, and have everything packed and ready to go, only to get an angry text from their boss asking why they didn't show up for work. Turns out, the small stuff was asking for the time off. Don't worry, they still went on the trip. Having a job is one of those small things that they don't sweat. And this works for them. The ENTP can really think on their feet, and they can learn stuff super quick. Number 5, they neglect their own feelings. ENTPs are really good at taking other people's perspectives and experiences into account. They can hold contradicting views at once and somehow square them all together. But because of this, they tend to downplay their own personal experiences. ENTPs love to talk with other people who have hard convictions, but will rarely express their convictions. I think it's from the part of not wanting to be boxed in, and also being able to comprehend the nuances of life. You wouldn't think of it from a thinker, especially one known for playing devil's advocate for fun, but in some ways ENTPs are very empathic. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. If you liked this video, you might like me going after ENFP. Anyway, I'll catch you guys all in my next video.